maybe actually like connect my drawing tablet up to this. That's also like an idea. I was gonna find some old art. Right. I redrew a really emo piece, which is from like the really like hella beginning of me getting into my art phase and actually starting drawing. Cause I just one day decided, you know what, I wanna get good at art. Cause me and my friend of mine were talking about it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get good. So I started drawing. And then I started up an Instagram page, and then I posted once a week, and I held that for a very long time. And then life happened, and I started like posting a lot less, and then I was a lot more inconsistent, but I was still drawing a lot, so it's more just like the posting that became an issue. And then art block happened, and then the arting also became an issue, but that's a different thing. I've always had a lot of friends around me who have also shared my hobby of doing art, which I think also has kind of like, I don't know, having people around who are also more in like the same situation makes it easier. Like we would share art, and then me and my friend would like do art challenges and like draw each other's like OCs in each other's styles and stuff like that. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. When I first started, I watermarked my work very heavily, and then I went through a period of not watermarking it very heavily because I think I was a lot more insecure about my art and not as scared of art theft because I was insecure about my like ability to art. When I look back at it, it's like, it's not that bad, you know? Like, of course, like I've improved a heck of a lot since that time, but you know, it wasn't as bad as I think it was. I also did a lot of like anatomy practice at some point. I found one where I have half skeleton, half body thing. Okay, here we go, here it is. This is my old art. I'll do a little one of these first, and then the little stick man clothing thing, and then I'll go over to poses. I think that's the smarter road here currently. Okay, me practicing like bones and stuff. I used to watch so much YouTube content about like how to get good at art, and I still sometimes do, just because it, like, I don't know, it can help me get more ideas of how to do art differently and learn from people who are better than me and stuff. With my art currently, I do kind of want to improve some of my line art, because I feel like a lot of my line art is pretty thick, but that's like it's not necessarily hard, but it's more like a thing to get used to, because like how I've been doing a lot more of my like fully drawn out pieces, they're a lot more painted more than anything, and then the lines end up either like being basically non-existent, or they become kind of like whatever thickness they so please, you know. I also noticed it's because I've done traditional art for a lot longer than I've been doing digital, that like when I go back to traditional, I'm like, why can't my digital art be this good? Like what is this? And I kind of complain to myself, you know, but it's a practice thing, and I find it a lot easier to pick up a sketchbook and do a lot more rough pieces than doing digital art. And like I've heard other people also talk about this, because like when you're in a sketchbook, you kind of can't go back or Control Z and stuff like that like you can when you're doing digital art. It's so much easier to like be a perfectionist when you're doing digital compared to traditional. Me, like I know my coloring is has gotten a lot better since I started doing digital, because like when I did traditional, I did practically just black and white. I did some coloring pencils for a little while with some colored pens, but yeah, I'm really happy I've started working more with color, because color can be so fun and it can make a piece very interesting, and I like it Picasso. Oh, I should really get a reference of bones, because I don't think I remember anatomy stuff as well as I did when I was actively practicing drawing the skeleton and stuff. I haven't done that in ages. Like I do have like a pretty alright idea when it comes to like skulls. Those are like pretty right. The bottom jaw, that's where I kind of struggle a bit more. Oh, the reason I started like drawing a lot of skeletons and stuff was due to like a tutorial thing that was like, you will most likely improve a lot faster if you understand how the body is built up, and if you understand where muscles are, how bones look, and how like things are shaped, which makes a lot of sense, because like if you know how things are built up, you can kind of customize them a lot easier with like knowing how the body works. Of course, like there isn't a one way the human body looks necessarily, but like the tendencies of how it looks, you know. This is like my rough sketch thing to kind of get the proportions kind of alright. Instead of having like the stick figure thing, I figured out that like it's harder for me to draw in everything afterwards compared to trying to draw in like the rough shapes of everything. Like, we could do a complete half and half, because then we also have to do the skull. I think this was originally supposed to be one of my OCs at the time that I drew quite a lot. Who had this, like, well, no, maybe not actually, because it doesn't have the signature hairstyle that I gave him. I had, like, this. And then you have the face, you know. That type of thing. It's like, oh yeah, the hair kind of goes. Okay. I don't know, I think I had a bit of like the same face syndrome thing. I might have that now too, but I most likely do. But it's not necessarily something I've practiced religiously. I probably should, but like I'm drawing mostly for fun anyway, so like it's probably fine. And then we have this thing, and then this thing, and then that thing, right? That thing. Wow, I can shorts. Maybe. Belts are fun, honestly. Ooh, what if we gave them like a belt tail? Like they have their belt is like, okay, this is no, okay. When I used to draw clothes previously, a lot of them were very, very flat, which is like no surprise. I hadn't drawn a lot of clothes. I started off drawing a lot of poses when I first started out, which was really fun. Was my anatomy necessarily that good? But I was like, oh, anatomy first, and then over to poses, and then later I started focusing in on faces and the hair and all that jazz came a bit later. That wasn't like my main focus when I first started drawing. Why are my words escaping me? When people are like, oh, how to escape art block, it's like, okay, well, why did you start drawing in the first place? And my reason's like a bit dumb. It's like, I wanted to get good at art. I wanted to make cool things. Like, I wanted to make beautiful art. And I feel like currently I've managed to like accomplish a lot of really nice pieces, just to toot my own horn for a little bit, you know. But I feel like I've gotten far, and I've there's like a lot of things that I've managed to do that look very good, and like I've improved a lot since I first started, and it's been a lot of fun. As just finding like a good reasons to do art is kind of hard when like your original reason was not as like, I don't know, it didn't have a specific thing that like could help me in the same way get back into it as I think other reasons, like, oh, self-expression, or like I said, I had a stupid reason for art. Doing and starting art. I think it's my persistence with it that has kept me going and gotten me to where I currently am. Not that I haven't like used my art to do some self-expression and like figuring out like my gender and like how I want to look. A lot of like my art has, well, not a lot of it, but like I've had a good few pieces where I'm kind of just exploring how I kind of want to look, either with hairstyles or piercings, and seeing if could that look good, question mark, you know. Just get up close and personal. I hate when I'm arting and I like something looks off, but I can't pinpoint it, so I kind of just sit there and struggle. I probably just need to like get back to it later. That looks a bit more correct, right? Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I do want that to be under the, okay, this is when I'm gonna do the revolutionary thing of actually naming my layers. Details. Normally I only do that if I am doing like model art, but clothes plus, there you go. We don't have that many layers, so it's like, it's not that important yet, but I have a feeling I will be doing a lot of layers in the near future. Okay. This is a new experience for me. I've heard that like breaking your thigh bone is like the worst thing you could do, because it's like the thickest bone you have in your body, and then breaking that shit, Ooh. So don't break your thigh bone. It's hard to do, and if you do, it's gonna hurt like hell. So just don't do that. I know that's not like something people actively like control or try to do. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna try to break my thigh bone. But like, if you're breaking a bone, try to not make it be that one. I haven't broken any bones in my lifetime, which I'm really grateful for. Like, I've sprained my arm. That shit sucked. I thought I'd broken my arm, but then they're like, nah, it's just a sprain, you're good. And I was like, okay, chill, fun. And then little kid me went on with my merry little life, which like, it was fine. I just had to have my arm in one of those like, you know, like the things, you know, and then your arm's like here, and then this is your arm. And then this thing is like connected to like the other shoulder. It keeps your arm still and like in the same position, you know? That thing. I like the arm brace thing. I find it funny I drew it on that arm when that's the arm that's not bone. Maybe their arm broke and then it kind of like broke off and that's why they don't have the arm there anymore. That's so gruesome. Holy hell. Their poor arm. We can keep it there. It gives it personality. Bone. I used to, like, currently the way I draw eyebrows is like tiny, but I used to do like the full eyebrow, which I'm gonna respect. I enjoyed the small eyebrow. Or like eyebrow slits and stuff. That's also pretty cool. The way I draw ears hasn't changed very much. Not that I draw a lot of human ears, but like I draw a lot more elven ears, but same but different, you know? The way I draw noses and like a lot of the face has like changed and improved itself, which I'm very happy about because I way much more prefer the way I draw now compared to a lot of that. So, but yeah, I've drawn a lot more, so of course like there'll be improvements. So there's not really like a surprise, but like I feel like I figured out a lot more how I art and stuff. We can make him look over here as well. What are you looking at? The stars? I think this was what I was trying to do when I was arting before. And now I can actually do it. Hee hee. Bigger. This is like me with my eyeliner trying to gauge the wing size. I don't remember which artist it is, but there's like an artist on, I think it was the artist that I follow on Instagram that does a lot of like Teen Titans fan art type of stuff that like puts their name in like their pieces, or it's somebody that I saw on TikTok. Not my original idea, but like after like I saw somebody being like, oh yeah, a clever way you can put your watermark everywhere is just put it like in the middle of your art as like a name on like a cereal box or the name of a book or like a print on their t-shirt, you know, stuff like that. So we have a sketch. It is stunning. Ta-da! Yeah, baby! Where are you? Okay.